Diana from So Very Crafty, and we are here today to make this terrific little tissue holder from fabric. It is super simple to make. It's the perfect size to hold any of these small tissue packages. It is the perfect little beginner sewing project that anybody with truly beginner sewing skills can make in about 5 minutes. This is just the easiest project in the world to make, and it's cute too. So I would ask that you guys subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up for this video, and ring that bell so that you can get notifications of all my future sewing and crafting videos here at So Very Crafty. And let's get started on how we make this terrific little fabric tissue holder. So how do we get going on this terrific little tissue holder project? Super simple. We have 2 pieces of fabric, one that measures 5.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and the other measures 5.5 inches by 6.5 inches. That's it. That's all we need for this project, are these 2 little pieces of fabric. So this is a great stash busting project, or if you just have some scraps laying around. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take these 2 pieces of fabric and you're going to place them right sides together. Now obviously one is longer than the other, but that is perfectly fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. You are going to go over to the sewing machine and you are going to stitch both of these short ends together so that there's a little bump in one of your fabrics. Now I chose a solid color fabric and a little dot for mine so that you could see the little line going down the center of your pocket tissue holder. So I'm just going to head over to the sewing machine right now and I'm going to stitch these 2 together. I'm not going to show it on camera because it's just a straight stitch showing these 2 short ends together, and then we will come back and we will go on to our next step. And that's it. Just a single stitch, and I've used a 1/4 inch seam allowance. We are going to turn this right sides out, and we are going to press this so that there is about 1/4 inch of our solid color fabric on each side of our dotted fabric. And I have this terrific little cordless iron here. If you don't have one, I would highly recommend it. I'll put the link in the section below on where you can get this terrific little iron. So we are just going to press this so that we have now a flat piece of fabric, 2 pieces of fabric that have stripes on either side. The next thing we're going to do is we are simply going to fold these 2 pieces into the center, and I'm going to use some Wonder Clips, and I'll put the link to where you can get Wonder Clips in the description section below the video in case you don't have any, but you can use pins as well. It's completely up to you. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we are simply going to stitch along the bottom of these short edges. Now I am going to use what's called an overlock stitch, and that helps to prevent these edges from fraying. Now your machine may not have an overlock stitch. If it doesn't, use a zigzag stitch for this to help prevent those edges from fraying. So I'm going to head over to the sewing machine right now, and I'm going to show you what an overlock stitch actually looks like on a standard machine. I'm not going to use a serger for this because most of you don't have a serger. So we are just going to use our overlock stitch on our standard machine. So let's head over to the sewing machine. Here we are back at the sewing machine, and I am going to change the settings on my machine so that I have what's called an overlock stitch. And every machine is different on how to go about doing this. Now it's telling me my machine, because it's a digital machine, that I need to change presser feet. So I'm going to change from my standard foot to my J foot. And my J foot looks like this. It's a little bit longer than my standard foot. And I'm just going to stick this on straight ahead. The next thing I'm going to do is I am just going to stitch using my J foot right along the edge. Now I didn't use orange thread on this because I wanted you to see it. But as you can see from looking at this, it looks like a serger type of stitch rather than just a straight stitch. I'm going to repeat this for the other side of this small tissue holder. Now we are finished stitching, and I'm going to head back over to the workstation, and we're going to finish this project. Here we are back at the workstation with our overlocked edges, or if you like, a zigzag stitch. We are simply going to turn this right sides out. And there we have our little fabric tissue holder, and we place our tissues inside this holder. Just like that. Perfect. And that's all there is to this project. This is a 5-minute scrap busting sewing project for any beginner sewist. Anybody can make this project who has a sewing machine and a little bit of know-how, can create this terrific little project. Pull your tissues from the center and you are ready to rock and roll. So I hope you enjoyed this fun little tissue holder project today. It's an easy one from So Very Crafty. I thought I would throw it in with allergy season coming up and people really needing their tissue holders to stay intact while they're in their purse or in their backpack, wherever they happen to be. This is a perfect little project for that. Makes great little gifts also, and it takes literally 5 minutes to make. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and ring that bell so that you can get notifications of all my other sewing and crafting projects here at So Very Crafty. And head over to www.soverycrafty.com for more sewing and crafting videos and tutorials that you can get that are not here on the YouTube channel. So thank you all for joining me today on this terrific little video, and I will see you all next time. Bye.